Hey everyone, welcome back to Chapter 1 and Beyond. I'm Christina, and if you are new here, welcome. If you're on your way back, thank you for continuing to listen to my crazy voice. So today's episode, I think, if this even becomes an episode, I don't know if this is going to become a bonus episode or if it's going to be a regular episode. Regardless, this episode is going to be talking about the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. So I'm always up for a good challenge. Like I've mentioned in the past, I've done bingo boards, I've done TBR lists, I've done reading prompts, I've done TBR jars, and this definitely intrigued me a lot. I had learned this challenge from Freshly Books Read, her channel, and I found out that this challenge actually started yesterday, which today is July 8th of 2025. So yes, this challenge technically started yesterday. It states on the rules though I can start this at any time. So I was thinking maybe starting it on or before my birthday this month, and then maybe running that through for the year because it looks like this is a 12-month challenge. So there's like a whole like website. I will link it in my episode description for anybody that is interested in this. But looks like the basics of this challenge is that you don't get DNFs. You must complete the books for them to count towards your goals, and then rereads are allowed, but you have to read 10 new books before you can do a reread. It looks like there's like a bingo board, a point system, the whole shablam. And it looks like a lot of the prompts that are available, it looks like I can actually count the books that I've been reading this whole time, from 2025, I think. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of these prompts because I'm looking at the bingo board right now, and it looks like they have these white prompts and then they have these purple prompts. And there's a website that you like submit all of your stuff for, which is pretty cool. Like this is pretty involved. This is like I have to say this is like the coolest reading challenge that I've seen yet. So kudos to Quarty who created this. I believe her name's Stephanie. But yeah, this is really cool. So I'm just going through this for the first time. So I figured, hey, let's do something a little different. Kind of like my AI assistance episode, which did get posted late. So I do apologize for that. I'm going to be kind of continuing that one. I think I'm going to be doing like a series of that one, to be honest, because I feel like I kind of rushed through that episode. And I'm sorry if it did feel rushed. I was like panicking because I realized I never like published or recorded anything on Friday, which was 4th of July for the United States. Um, so yeah, I mean, I don't know why I feel pressure to maintain the schedule, but at the same time too, it's like, okay, well, I'm committing to this and this is fun for me. So I guess there's no pressure or anything, but anyways, to talk about this hardest reading challenge you'll ever do, I didn't know about the first one, but I'm just gonna like kind of start with the second one and then kind of once I finish the second one, maybe I'll go back to the first one. I don't know, but I am looking at the bingo card. I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do this because there's a lot of books that I've already read in the first half of the year. And actually, I'm going to load up my hardcover. I'm going to load up my hardcover app just because I want to see if any of these books will actually cover these prompts. Because they have I guess like I can kind of go through. This is probably going to be a really long episode because this is a pretty involved reading challenge. Um, and I don't know if this is like making its way through Book Talk and BookTube and things like that. I've only seen this maybe on the one channel, like I said, Freshly Read Books. She mentioned it on 2 videos, and I was pretty intrigued after that. But I haven't seen anybody else mention it. But anyways, so let's see. Trying to find that page. Okay, so the white prompts we have by the hundreds. It says read 7 books of varying page lengths from 100 to 700. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I have to find 7 books that go in increments of 100, it looks like. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, and etc. Okay. I don't know, like, because my goal is still to just focus on the books I physically have on hand. I don't know if I have a book that's under 100 pages. I might. Oh, you know what? A few of my classics might work. I'm just curious if maybe I've already done it. So I'm, like, looking through my hardcover app. Maybe I could just map that stuff later, but that's one of the prompts. The second prompt, it looks like it's in the second square. As many as you can in 24 hours. Interesting. Okay, so the prompt is take a day to read as much as you can. Challenge yourself to read 3 or more, but you can use any format that works for you. Oh, okay, so like, for example, if I wanted to... I wonder if I can mix it up, like, between audiobooks and physical reads. But it says challenge yourself to read 3 or more. I mean, that's pretty doable for me because most of the time I am, working and listening to audiobooks. So I'm really curious on how I would do with that one because it looks like it's from the time you wake up to the time you fall asleep. That's what determines the 24 hours. So, interesting. Okay, so the next one is a purple prompt. It says subgenres of choice. Let's see what that one is. Subgenres of choice. Pick any main genre and read 6 different subgenres from it. Wow, this is really impossible. Wow, just to finish one prompt, I feel like I'm gonna have to like read 6 books for just one prompt. Jeez, oh peeps. Well, this is really gonna up my ante on my reading goal this year. So, so the subgenres they have listed are nonfiction, historical, mystery, thriller, horror, sci-fi, literary, romance, and fantasy. I'm seriously not a fan of romance. I really, like, I mean, lately I've been getting into romantasy, which I am intrigued by that, but at the same time, too, I'm just like, I can only do romance in so many bite-sized pieces, if you will. So, I don't know, maybe I could pick any main genre. Well, my main genres are usually fantasy, sci-fi, and horror. Or heck, even like thriller would be considered my main one. But, I mean, I guess fantasy is the predominant one. So maybe if I did sci-fi, horror, historical, mystery, and literary. But then that would only give me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'd have to pick either nonfiction or romance. Ooh. Okay. Well, that one I can brainstorm. The next white prompt is Series Stairway. That's interesting. That might actually help me a lot because I have all of these fantasy series that are sitting on my shelf right now. Oh man. this is gonna be great. This is a bonus, I think. So the series Stairway, it says start and finish the following books. So if it's a standalone, read the standalone. If it's a duology, start with the first and then finish the duology. If it's a trilogy, then start with the first book and make your way through the trilogy, and then the quadrilogy, or four of a long series. So it has to be four or more of a series. That's really cool. So I could like polish off 4 different series if I finish this prompt. I mean, I have a year to do this entire bingo board if I really wanted to. So, I don't know. I think this is going to be a good thing. Alright, so let's see. The next prompt is purple, award season. What does that one say? Award season. Pick any book award out there and read books from each level of the competition. You must total 7 books and read at least one from each stage that competition provides. If the competition only announces winners, you may choose multiple awards to cover all 4 categories. Okay, this one's gonna be interesting because I'm only aware of the Goodreads awards, so I'll have to brainstorm on this one. This one might be really challenging for me because I don't know of any other book awards that happen. I mean, I guess I could still just use the Goodreads, but I would have to be right on par with like how the voting goes. So I'll have to look into that one. That's okay. That's honestly, if I can even like finish one row, that would be great. I could really see myself maybe polishing off that first row that I just listed off, but let's go through the others. So there's another purple for the second row. It looks like TBR challenge. So many creators have made their own TBR game, and they all seem like a blast to play. Choose one you've never played before and read whatever books you get from that game. Games can be from any creator, but show your love to whoever's game you choose. And they do not have to be games the creator is currently using. Okay. Actually, I have created a game where I have like these like kind of flashcards, if you will, and it's I mean, I was planning on talking about it in a future episode, but I do have a game in mind for this one, so I will more than likely use that. I won't talk about it too much because I do want to talk about that in a future episode. Okay, so we're back to white prompts. The last 10 years. Oh, okay. Pick books through the last 10 years. You can choose either going back from 2015 to 2025 or 2016 to 2026, or be extra and do 12 years. I don't care. Sweet. Okay, so it has to be published. Does it have to take place or publish? I'll have to get on that Discord channel that they have and ask about that, because if it has to take place within that time period, that's going to be challenging. But if it was published within the last 10 years, that might be a little bit easier. Maybe that's how I'm going to interpret it. I don't know. Take it with what you will if you are still listening. All the adaptations. Okay, so that's the third one in that second row. Books are turned into movies, shows, plays, etc. all the time. You may either read the original source materials or read or watch the adaptation. Bonus points for doing both. Okay, so the categories are musical, graphic novel, comic, play, modern book retelling of a classic, TV show, web series, animation, and movie. Okay. So, All the Light We Cannot See, that was adapted into a movie. I've already read that one. My goal is to not reread at all. I would like to just tackle off everything that's on my list, like I keep mentioning. I know I sound like probably a broken record by now, but um, well, the TV series that I have watched, but I haven't read the books, and this is sad that I'm admitting this, but I have the Wheel of Time series, which could double up with the series stuff. I also have Game of Thrones. I need to finish Shadow and Bone series. I know I haven't read Ruin and Rising, but I know they stopped that TV series too, which I'm really pissed off about, but because it was really good. Trying to think what else. Mortal Instruments. I don't know how I feel about that series now. Like, I got to the third book and I was like, really, I don't know. I have my thoughts and I'm gonna try to stay on track. So I have my thoughts on that one. I was in love with that series for a bit, and then I started really reading into it, and I'm like, I don't know. But that was adapted into a TV show, so that's a possibility as well to get that knocked off my list. Um, I really, really wish that the Libba Bray Diviner series, I wish that was a adaptation, because oh my gosh, that series is so good. I'm pacing myself because like I want to binge through it so bad, but yeah, I'm at the book for Before the Devil Breaks You by Libba Bray, so I don't know. That one could be an option as well. Let's see. Disability representation. So this one, you have to read 5 books with protagonists with different disabilities. They can be mental or physical, but cannot be repeated. Okay, so ADHD, autism. Um, I'm trying to think of like different disabilities of books that I could knock off already, but I don't know. Yeah, that one I'm gonna have to research a little bit more too. Okay, and then that final one in the second row, it's Heritage Months. Okay, so Heritage Months, there are many months that celebrate the diversity of the world, so let's read through different ones as well. Submit a book for each one you knock off. You can read them at any time, but reading them during the month they are celebrated is extra special. Oh, that's cool. So they have Black History Month, Arab Heritage Month, Indigenous Heritage Month, Women's History Month, Jewish Heritage, Hispanic Heritage, Pride Month, Disability Pride, Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage. Okay, cool. That's pretty cool. Okay, so the third row, there, like for the record, there's 5 rows and then 5 columns. So, I'm just going one by one. So I'm on translation challenge. Read 5 books that were translated from 5 different languages. Okay, so I know for a fact that I've already read Vita Nostra, which is that one was translated from Russian. I'm also trying to think if currently right now I'm reading Babel. I'm not sure if that was translated. I'll have to look into that one. I don't think If We Were Villains was translated, but I'll double check that one as well. I know A Long Walk to Water was translated from Vietnamese, I believe. So that's another one I can knock off. I mean, honestly, I'm already 2 books in with this one, so yeah, what else is there? Yeah, I think that's the only. Maybe an arrow to the moon. I'd have to double check if that was translated. That one's by Emily XR Pan. That one was really cool too. Like, I mean, it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, so that actually could go hand in hand with the retellings prompt. So I don't know. We could see on that one as well. All right, so the next one in the list. So we did translated works around the world. Read a book set or the author is from each continent. If by chance the book you read is set on several continents, you may choose to use this book twice. Here, as it's only allotted double up. Okay, so I know for a fact I read A Short Walk Through a Wide Open World by Douglas Westerbeek, and I know for a fact that that one went through all of these continents that are listed. North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, and then Antarctica is not required, but it gets you extra bonus points. So I would say that is the contender for that one, but I gotta see if it has to be more than one book or just a book that goes through several continents. If that's the case, that prompt is already done for me. Um, Again, I'll probably just go on the Discord channel and talk with whoever's moderating that server. Which, once again, I do have my own Discord server, so would love to chat with you guys. Okay, so the next one is the Even Bigger Rainbow. Okay, yeah. Maybe I have heard of this first challenge then, because this one says, it seems my rainbow last year was too easy, so let's up the ante on this one. Read a book with the color on the cover for each. So they have red, orange, yellow, green, teal, light blue, blue, purple, pink, black, white, gold, or silver, or both. And then they also have one that's more than 7 colors on the cover. So, okay. I mean, that one definitely is well underway because Phantasma is definitely predominantly red. An Arrow to the Moon is definitely predominantly like blue purplish, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, honestly, I'm pretty good on this prompt for right now. But like I said, I'll just go through. All right, so the next one is a purple prompt. Make a quote with books. Make a quote with books. Where's that one? Make a quote. Pick your favorite quote or any quote if you're like me and can't remember a quote to save your life. And use books to write it out word by word. You can use any word in the titles or, if need be, the author's name. It does not have to be a literary related quote. It could be a silly meme for all I care. The challenge is up to you. Pick your favorite quote and use books to write it out. Or any quote if you're like me and can't remember a quote to save your life. Okay. So I have to use books to write it out word by word. You can use any word in the titles or, if need be, the author's name. It does not have to be a... Oh my gosh. So depending on the quote that I pick, it sounds like I have to read that many books to spell out the quote. What? Jeez, oh peeps, like one prompt, like I said, one prompt is literally going to be like 5 or 6, 10 books. Like, I mean, that series Stairway, if I start with a standalone and work my way up to a 4+, it sounds like that one would give me at least 10 books just for that one prompt. I mean, hey, challenge accepted. I mean, it's a year long, so why not? I keep saying that to myself, but now I'm getting even more terrified, like, reading this. So, alright, so the next one is a white prompt. Spooky Creature Challenge. Ooh, is this one? Oh, yes! Oh, girl, this is awesome. So this prompt is, I love me some creatures and cryptids. So let's try to find books that feature each of these in some way. Oh, that's cool. So I have to read a book that features a creature in some way. Magic user, fae folk, zombie, other creature, merfolk, shifter, spirit, and vampire. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Okay, cool. Well, I mean, the ACOTAR series includes fae. But I feel like that's kind of cheating because I've already started that series. I don't know. Magic user, I could technically cover this one with Cackle because it includes witches. Um, I'm not gonna do Harry Potter because that would be so easy to cover. Merfolk, spirits, shifters, and magic users. But yeah, that one's gonna be a fun one. I can't wait for that one. Become the Avatar. That's the next one. So we're on row 4, and this is another white prompt. It says, "Become the Avatar. The Avatar Challenge. Long ago, the 4 nations lived in harmony. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked. Now, you must master the 4 elements on either covers or in titles. Extra challenge to do all covers or all titles." Are we talking about the last Airbender Avatar, or are we talking about the, I wonder if we are talking about the last, the Airbender Avatar, which that's an anime. I haven't seen that in so long. Gosh, I feel old. Okay, so water, earth, fire, and air. So I have to, everything. You must master the 4 elements on either covers or in titles. So, okay. So it has to feature that element on the cover or title of the book. Extra challenge to do all covers or all titles. Okay. Well, I'm very intrigued. I would probably do all covers, but that's nice that you have the option of doing all titles as well. Okay, so the next is a purple prompt. We're actually almost done with all the prompts. So, next one's a purple prompt. It says, any readathon. Readathon challenge. We heard you liked readathons, so we put a readathon in your readathon. Oh my god. Throughout the year, dozens of readathons are going on. Participate in any one alongside the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do and complete all the prompts challenge. You do not have to complete the readathon within the time frame of the readathon for this challenge. You do participate during the run, but if you only read one book during the whole readathon, you can read the other prompts throughout the year. Okay, so it's pretty much giving me the option to do any readathon within this reading challenge. So that's interesting. Okay, so yeah, so honestly, like the readathon challenge part within a readathon, within a reading challenge, why not? You know? So, I don't know. Like I may so I know like during the holidays there's like that reading challenge where like I don't know if that's a BookTube thing. I'd be curious what everyone else is doing, so I'll have to do some research on that as well. Because that might go hand in hand with you know, a few things. And it seems like I can double up on prompts, so that might help me diminish quite a few of these. So, okay, so the next prompt is animals are better, and that's a white prompt. Let me see. Animals are better. The animals challenge. We all know we love animals here. Read a book that features one of these varieties in some way in the story, but not a one-off mention. Some of these will, of course, have overlap. It's up to you to decide. Okay, so house pets, exotic pets, farm animals, wild animals, zoo animals. Well, the Art of Racing in the Rain, that one definitely featured a household pet. Does that count? Read a book that features one of these varieties in some way. Well, technically, that prompt is done. Okay, cool. Um, okay, so the next prompt is an even queer alphabet. The bigger queer alphabet. Last year we covered the basics, but now more than ever it's important to acknowledge the wide history of queer identities and orientations. Agreed. Try to get one of each of these below. Note, pansexual will count for bi and two-spirit. Can be submitted for gender fluid. Oh, interesting. Okay, so, so it looks like I have to read a book within each of these. Try to get one of each of these below. So I have to. Okay, so it has to be a book that features a gay couple, lesbian couple, bisexual individual, transgender, gender fluid, non-binary, polyamory, asexual, and intersex. Okay, that one's interesting because I know that I think there's like a few books actually that are on my shelf that feature. I know The House on the Cerulean Sea and Somewhere Beyond the Cerulean Sea. Those two books I did read already. I really don't want to keep claiming books that I've already read. Maybe, yeah, because that would be considered gay couple, lesbian. Pumpkin Heads would be that one. Oh, you know what? I also have the Girls of Paper and Fire. If I didn't chop up that freaking thing. That title, that series is pretty good. That one also has a lesbian gay couple. Okay. Yeah, I'd have to really research into this. I'm pretty sure I have at least several of these covered. It says try to get one of each of these below. So, I mean, I know some of them I probably won't get because I'm not really sure non-binary, intersex, and asexual. I'm really not sure what I would do for those. Polyamory, trans, bisexual, lesbian, gay, and gender fluid. Those ones I feel like I have something on my shelf for that. But okay, nonetheless, I will keep persisting forward. Okay, so the next one is a purple prompt. I'm a little terrified of these purple prompts. Your favorite HRCYED 1 prompt. Okay. Well, I don't know what those prompts were, so let's see. I miss HRCYED 1. Choose your favorite prompt from the first round of HRCYED 1 and complete it again. However, you may not reread the same books you used for that specific prompt. If you earn rereads, try to use books that are different for this prompt, but you may use books you read for other prompts. Okay, so now I have to... Great. So now I have to go to the other reading challenge. Okay, how am I supposed to get to that one? Oh, wait. Oh, no. I don't know how I'm supposed to get those prompts. Oh, wait, there's bingo. Oh, okay, there's the bingo board. Okay, so the other prompts from the first version of this challenge: A to Z challenge, blurb challenge, 3 garage sale books, 4-book series, spell your full name with books. Yeah, that's not happening. 3 books in 24 hours. Top 10 book in your birth year. Maybe. Indie book direct from the author. Oh, that's pretty cool. So, venturing into indie books, I would love to do that. Actually, I do have a book from a direct from an indie author, so actually that would be great to get into that one. So maybe I'll do that prompt for the your favorite reading prompt. So indie. I mean, honestly, like I didn't do the first version, so I don't know if that would be my favorite. I'm just gonna kind of like go with the flow here. Okay, so that completes that 4th row. So we have one more row left. Okay, so we have BIPOC challenge. Let's see what that one says. Oh, here we go. BIPOC authors. Also, no more than ever, it's important to read from diverse voices. Read 10 books. 10 books. 10 books. Come on, lady. My gosh. Read 10 books written by 10 different authors from backgrounds that differ from your own. Okay. So, okay. So Sylvia Garcia Moreno would be one. I can't pick anyone that's Hungarian, German, French, Canadian, Polish. Okay, so I'm trying to think. So read 10 books written by 10 different authors from backgrounds that differ from you. So, okay, so if I wanted to pick like Ryan Kennedy or heck, even Acevedo, I believe, is another one I could pick. I could just pick multiple of that same author, and that would cover it. I know Emily XR Pan definitely covers it. Let's see, who else would cover through that? Samantha Soto Yambo, that definitely would cover it. That book was so good. Water Moon, oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, actually that one's probably not going to be too bad. Within 60 days, new release. Well, this one's going to kind of defeat the purpose of me just picking the books that I've already purchased. Dang it. Well, I've been kind of breaking my own, like, cardinal rule and buying books, but I don't know if it's within 60 days of the new release. So the new releases is back, but with a better time frame for everyone. Now you can read any new release within 60 days of its publication. Yes, this means before or after. Okay. Yeah, no, this one is going to be challenging for me because I swore up and down that I was not going to go to the library, but it looks like for this prompt specifically, if I want to cover this one, I have to read that new release for that month within 60 days. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe like the other prompts, like I'll kind of divvy up. Maybe the other prompts that are on here, I'll do it from my physical reads, but then for that one, I'll make an exception. So maybe this will give me an exception to go buy another book. I don't know. Or go to the library. Honestly, I might just do the library, to be honest, because, yeah, money's not abundant right now. Alright, so the final purple prompt on this bingo board is called Challenge Yourself. Oh gosh. Now I'm even more scared. Personal challenge. We all have different reading goals in our lives, so take this opportunity to challenge yourself to complete one of them. Whether it be reading a certain percentage of your own books or reading 10 of a specific genre, category, or format. If one of your personal challenges happens to already be in the HRCYED 2, you must alter your challenge in a way so that they do not completely overlap. For example, if your challenge was to read 5 nonfiction this year, you might alter it to be 7 or 10 so that it doesn't equal the same amount in the nonfiction challenge. Well, it just gave away the next prompt, I guess. Okay. Well, my personal challenge was to read through all of my personally owned physical TBRs. That's the whole point of this podcast, and honestly, just so I could babble on about amazing books. But I mean, that technically isn't on this bingo board, so technically, but am I going to give myself a challenge to read over 200 books in less than a year? Maybe I can alter it to be 60% of my, or maybe even just 50%. Let's be realistic here. So, even if it's consumed through audiobook, it's still completing my physical reads over here, okay? So, we just gotta pick the titles that are physically on my shelf. Maybe that's what I'll do. So, pretty much I have 2 very full bookshelves, and then a little stack, and then I have my TBR cart. Let's just say, let's knock off 1 full shelf and see what happens in a year. I'm pretty sure that's doable, because originally when I first started this, at the beginning of the year, I had 3 whole shelves, and now I'm down to 1 tiny snack on my second shelf, and going on to the third. Okay, yeah, that works. Ow, I just hit my freaking elbow. Alright, so the nonfiction challenge is the next prompt. Nonfiction challenge. The nonfiction challenge. Let's face it, we love living in a fantasy world, but sometimes we need the hard facts. Read 5 nonfiction books of 5 different topics and genres. Basically, don't just read celebrity biographies or only self-help books. Oh, come on. But that would have been so easy, because I have In Pieces with Sally Field. I'm pretty sure I have another autobiography, but I can't. Dang it. I do have. Let's see. I do have another with running. I just gotta find it. Your Brain Needs a Hug. That is a nonfiction. That's about anxiety. I do have the Buddhist. Yeah, that's nonfiction. I mean, I guess I do have some prompts for this. Let's see, what else do we got? Oh, Scott Urich, Eat and Run. Okay, so that's about marathoning. I used to run like half marathons, and my girlfriend, my bestie from another Mr. Kristen, she got me that book. I'm trying to think. There was another book on the shelf. I'm over by my bookshelf, so this is going to be a funsies part of the podcast. Yeah, I don't have too many nonfiction books on my shelf, but yeah, because these other ones are probably considered more of like historical fiction. And then classics. Yeah, I mean, honestly, does it have to be more than one? Yep. 5 nonfiction. Jesus Christ. Okay, well, sorry if I just offended anybody. 5 different topics. Genres. Okay, so if I do the Sally Fields, that's a memoir. If I do the Eat and Run, that's more of running, more so than... Okay, so that's 1, 2, and then the Your Brain Needs a Hug, that's more of like self-help, mental wellness, and then Buddhism is more about like spirituality or religion. So that would cover 4 books. So I would only need to get one more book for that prompt. Okay, but I'd have to read through them. This is going to be the fun part is, sure, I have these books lined up for each prompt, but how am I going to read through this many books? Whew. I mean, 12 months is a long while. I'm just not going to be able to slack off like I am used to. So, actually, oh my gosh, I just found a book that will follow that prompt. The Ultimate Freelancer's Guidebook. I have not fully read through that book, and I honestly I read it a while ago. It was probably 5 years ago. Technically, that would be a reread, but that would cover my final prompt, and then final of that prompt, and I wouldn't have to worry about getting another book. Sweetness. Okay, so that one would be covered too. Okay, so Q's Rex. This is gonna be so fun, honestly. Q's recommendations. I recommend a lot of books and post tons of reviews. If this is, I love it. Is this a shameless plug for you to watch my videos? Maybe. Read a recommendation from each of my means of reviewing. Cozy mini review, full reading vlog, any TikTok reel short. Honestly, I try to avoid TikTok because I get really sucked into this and it ends up distracting me something awful. So I probably won't go down that route. I'm constantly listening in the background to BookTube community videos. So honestly, I probably could just watch a video. Honestly, her videos are great. I've only just gotten exposed to her, but I've watched probably 2 of them so far, and I'm loving the vibe. So, and that's why I really, really want to do this challenge. Just because it is virtually impossible. I really don't know how I'm gonna get through this challenge. But like I said, if I can finish one line, I would be happy with that. If I end up blacking out the whole board, sure, great, awesome. But I know there's probably going to be some challenging ones. I definitely know I'm going to have probably some issues with the even queer alphabet. I'm probably going to have problems with the translation challenge. I'm probably going to have problems with the within 60 days new release, because I'm going to be honest with everybody, it usually does take me a while to read through books unless I'm very committed and I don't do anything else with my life, which that's not going to be possible in the next couple of months since kids are going back to school and, just life is about to unravel with Girl Scouts. I know I've barely mentioned that I'm a Girl Scout troop leader on this, but, so another fun fact about me. So, I run a 19 Girl Scout troop of many levels, so I get very, very busy during the fall, and I get very, very busy during cookie season, so, yeah, fun times. But, okay, so that is the entire board. I would say I want to say, how I want to do this going forward is maybe this can be a bonus series within my podcast where I'll just do updates of where I'm at with the bingo board and then talk about the books that I did for those prompts. This is going to take me a while, so I mean, if I finish a prompt, maybe I'll just do an episode and then update you guys on where I'm at. And then if we can get many on the Discord server, I can give you guys visuals too. So, but yeah, I mean, honestly, this sounds like it's going to be fun. I'm a little scared at this point, not going to lie, but it does say to not take it super seriously. It does say take with what you will with it. it is just to broaden our reading horizons. And I actually really appreciate the fact that there's just a variety of everything on here. Because like a lot of the reading challenges that I've ran into on BookTube so far have been like the alphabet challenge. Read a book with the letter A through Z or whatever, in the title, or how many books can you read in 24 hours? Like, it's just things like that. And maybe I'm just like kind of repeatedly watching similar channels that are doing similar things, but I enjoy it. It passes time, and I'm able to get what I need to get done. But yeah, that's the 2.0 of the hardest reading challenge you'll ever do. I'm excited. I will let you guys know on my progress. I'm sure this particular episode is going to be super duper long, so I appreciate you guys, living it out until the end of this episode. I am trying very, very hard to keep a format and stick with it. I know I kind of derailed on the last episode after listening to it after I published it, but I promise you I am getting better, and I am really enjoying this ride and journey. So, but yeah, until next time, happy reading. Bye.